All right, we are back for writing this week. Last week we started writing narratives. That's right. Last week you started writing your very own stories. So we're going to continue writing narrative stories, and these stories are going to be about real things that happen in your life. Our learning target is I can write a narrative story with details. Details is a very important part of our narrative writing. Our details are important because they help our readers understand our story, to understand what happened, and they can really visualize and see our story. We're going to go over our helping hand that helps us remember all the details we need in our stories. Let's go over our helping hand and go over all the details we need to include in our narrative stories. Who? Who was your story about? What? What happened in your story? When? What time was it? Was it morning time? Night time? Maybe you even tell if it's summer, winter, spring, or fall. Where? Where were you? What was the setting? Were you at school? Were you on the soccer fields? The when and the where come together to make that's right, your setting. And last detail in your story needs to be how. How did your what happen? So as we write our stories, I want you to think about your helping hand and all the details that Miss Nakian wants you to include in your story. Let's read them one more time together. Who, what, when, where, and how. Today, you're going to be writing to tell about a time that you broke something. That's right, broke. Now, this story could be about a time that you actually broke something. Maybe you dropped a toy and it no longer works. Maybe you dropped one of your mom's dishes. Oh, and it broke into pieces and you can't use it anymore. Or it could be about a time that you actually broke a bone in your body. Miss Nakia's story today is about a time that I broke my arm. That's what I chose to write about today. Let's read my story, and then we're going to go back and use our helping hand to make sure that I included all of my important details today. Let's get ready to read. I broke my arm. I fell off the monkey bars at the park. The doctor put a cast on my arm at the hospital. I was sad. All right, let's talk about Miss Nakian's story. Let's talk about the details. The who. Yes, this story is about you. So that's why Miss Nakian used I. This story is about I because it is about me. I'm the one that broke my arm. But I also had another character in the story. That's right, the doctor. He was also part of my who. What happened? That's right, I broke my arm. Now, remember Miss Nakian told you that part of it was when. If I was at the playground, when do you think this story took place? During the day or nighttime? Yes, the daytime. How else do you know it's nighttime? That's right. In my picture, I have the sun. Remember, good readers learn about details of a story also using their picture clues. So we have our who, our what, our when, our where. Did Miss Nakian tell you where? Yes, at the park. Now I'm going to challenge you because this story actually had two settings. The main setting was the park. That's where my what happened. That's where my arm was broken. But I also had another setting. That's right, the hospital. I had to go to the hospital to get my cast. And then the how. Let's go to the how. How did I break my arm? That's right, I fell off the monkey bars. But guess what? That how is very, very important. It also talks about how you felt, your feelings. And did Miss Sonkin include that? Yes, I told you I was sad. That's a very important part of your narrative writing. How did you feel? Now, I also would like you to use your 5-star writing and go back and check for your capital letters at the start of your sentence, your punctuation to end your sentence, your finger spaces, your neat handwriting, and my sentence makes sense. Do your sentences make sense? Before you start writing, I also want to talk to you about your illustration. Now, when I started writing, I made sure I had lots of detailed illustrations that matched my story, my sentences. I have the playground. I have that it's daytime. I drew the monkey bars. And there's me on the ground. And look at that speech bubble. Ow! Now, if you continue to write more details, what can Miss Sonkin also do? I can also add another detailed illustration up here to match the sentences that continue my story, all of these sentences. So I could draw the hospital, the doctor, and me being sad. I cannot wait to read your writings about the time that you broke something. Now, during the week, you're going to be writing more narrative stories. Don't forget to include in your stories, let's go back over those important details. Let's go to our helping hand. And let's read those one more time. Who, what, when, where. Remember, those two make your setting and your how. Remember, your how should include your what? Your feelings. That's right. Your how needs to include your feelings. All right. Miss Sonkin cannot wait to read your narrative stories about the time that you broke something. Please feel free to share. And I will see you soon and be with you soon for another writing lesson. Have a great day. Bye.